Welcome back to Making the Madness on YouTube. The Summit League is here. It is usually one of the more fun conference tournaments of the season, and this year should be no different. 8 teams are competing all for a shot to make the NCAA tournament. Uh, and this 8 team tournament, I think, has a chance to really be interesting because you don't really have that, you know, you don't have Mike Dom, who obviously dominated the league for many, many years. I think North Dakota State's fallen off a little bit. South Dakota is certainly very good. I think this is a really, really deep league, and you could see, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 teams coming out of this league. It should be certainly very fun to watch.
Yeah, you do have the country's leading scorer though in Max Avimus from Oral Roberts. He is just a lights out shooter. He went against Oklahoma State earlier this year and really made his name known. He was, going toe for toe with Cade Cunningham. That's not something many people can do.
Yeah, most definitely. Anytime you get to play against Cade Cunningham, uh, and you're able to show out against him, that's certainly a big thing for him. So, uh, in terms of this league, South Dakota State is the number 1 seed. Now, obviously, things are a bit different. Noah Friedel has opted out. He will not be there for the conference tournament, which I think sets them back at least a little bit. Now they still were able to finish well down the stretch. They won 4 of their last 5 games, earning the 1 seed. South Dakota, North Dakota State, and Oral Roberts all get the first round seed advantages. Uh, yeah, I think 1 through 4, you kind of like look at all these teams and think, yeah, that you could see any one of those 4 making the NCAA tournament. It really wouldn't shock you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Oral Roberts has such a lethal scoring duo between Avimus and Kevin Obenor, the forward. But there's so much scoring in this league, and it should be fun. So let's get into the bracket.
All right, so that sets us up with the first game, the 1-8 game, South Dakota State against Nebraska Omaha. I don't think this game will be close. Nebraska Omaha, just gonna say it straight up, they're not very good. So, uh,
That's putting it nicely. They're
yeah,
kind
uh,
of a disaster.
yeah. Now, luckily, they didn't get to play South Dakota State earlier in the year. Probably a COVID pause, if I had to guess. So, they'll only get beat by South Dakota State once this year.
Yep, that's true. South Dakota State's pretty handily going to beat them. It's not going to be close.
Yeah. The only chance it stays within 10 is if Omaha has positive tests the day before the game and has to cancel.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, just look at Northern Iowa and Drake.
Yeah, that's their best chance. So yeah, we both have South Dakota State. Oral Roberts versus North Dakota. I like Oral Roberts in this one. Uh, Obviously, with Max Abrams, Kevin O'Banner as well. That's an elite 1-2 punch. I just think they're a different level of team than North Dakota. So give me Oral Roberts.
Yeah, I'm going Oral Roberts too. You have Max Avimus, you have Kevin Obenor. RJ Glasper is out for the season. But when you have two scores like that, Obenor is 6'9". He just can stroke it from deep and score inside, averaging a double double. Give me Oral Roberts in this one.
All right, that leads us to the 2 seed South Dakota versus Western Illinois. Once again, I think kind of a major discrepancy in these 2 teams. With South Dakota, they have Stanley Moody, who's really playing well. AJ Plight Sweat as well. Uh, all you need, I think in a lot of these conference tournaments, you really just need 1 or 2 players to really be good, and they certainly have that with Plight Sweat and Stanley Umede as well. So, give me South Dakota to take care of Western Illinois and advance.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that South Dakota wins. I think AJ Plitzaway is out for the game, though. I believe. I think he had a pretty serious injury in their most recent game a few days ago. So he is out, I believe. But Xavier Fuller is going to have a huge game. He's really talented. He's a lefty. He can defend at a high level, and he can really score. So Stanley Umude and Xavier Fuller are going to have huge games for South Dakota, and they're going to win.
All right, that sets us up with North Dakota State versus UMKC. Now, North Dakota State has won two Summit championships in a row. I think that stops here, though. They are going to lose to UMKC. This is a UMKC team. I really like their guard, Brandon McKissick. Uh, he's certainly proven himself over the course of his career to be outstanding player. So give me UMKC to pull off the upset, take down North Dakota State.
Yeah, it's possible. I do really like Brandon McKissick. He is a pure bucket getter. But I like North Dakota State because you have a guy like Rocky Cruiser who is fantastic down low. I don't really think that UMKC is going to have a way to stop him. And then you have a few other guys like Sam Griesel who can get it going. Tyree Edey is going to be able to shoot the ball from deep a little bit. And I think that North Dakota State's going to win this one.
All right, that sets us up with, I think we both have South Dakota State against Oral Roberts. Give me Oral Roberts here. In March, it's all about having stars, and Oral Roberts has a star in Max Abrams. They have a secondary star in Kevin O'Banner. Uh, when you have two really good players, I think you can take care of other teams. Add that to the fact that they won't have Noah Friedel as well. I think Oral Roberts gets to the championship game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Max Abmas leads the country in scoring for a reason because he is a bucket getter. And I think Open Doors have a big game. South Dakota State, it's tough losing a guy like Noah Friedel, but he stepped away for mental health issues. Definitely respect that. Baylor Shireman is going to have a massive game if they want to win this one. Charlie Easley, the Nebraska transfer, is going to have to show out a little bit. And maybe Matt Dentlinger is going to have to help Douglas Wilson inside a little bit. But I think overall that Oral Roberts just has more right now and more momentum leading to a victory here.
All right, that's us up. You have North Dakota State versus South Dakota. I have South Dakota versus UMKC. I will have Oral Roberts versus South Dakota. I think South Dakota edges out UMKC. I think it'll be a competitive semifinal, but give me South Dakota. Just can't go against Stanley Umidi. Even if AJ Plight-Sweat is out, I still think South Dakota gets it done here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that South Dakota is able to pull away here. Todd Lee's Coyotes are headed to the championship for me to face Oral Roberts.
All right. And then in the championship, I like Oral Roberts. Max Abrams, superstar. We've talked about him. O'Banner as well. Uh, this, in terms of a team, I think Oral Roberts has all the pieces needed to get it done. They're a high-scoring team. They can really compete and score with anyone. So give me Oral Roberts to win the Summit Championship.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Oral Roberts gets to the NCAA tournament. Max Abmas and Kevin Obenor are going to get a chance to show what they are made of in March. And, I would be terrified if I'm a 16 or 15 CS and have to face this team.
Absolutely. They're certainly a tough team to beat. I think this league tournament, you really have, I think, a lot of teams that can win this league tournament. So it's going to be fun to watch, see who ultimately ends up doing it. But yeah, in terms of the summit, that will take care of it. Both are going with Oral Roberts here. Make sure to subscribe to Making the Madness on YouTube. We'll have more conference previews ahead on the way, so stay tuned.